Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. My name is Dr. Ghost and today we're taking a look at a Dutch ship from Wargaming that isn't the Friesland. That's right, the D7 Provincien. So the D7 Provincien has arrived in World of Warships Legends. She is the first Dutch Tier 7 premium cruiser in the game, maybe the first of many. You never know, Wargaming might release these ships as tech trees eventually, maybe in the next update, but who knows, right? God only can predict Wargaming. And, well, as you guys can see here in this game, I am randomly throwing some depth charges, or rather, airstrikes out there. I keep calling the airstrike planes depth charge planes. Huh, interesting. But, no. So far, I have really been thoroughly enjoying the D7 Provincien. She's really fun. And actually, surprisingly, she's not overpowered. Like, I thought this thing was going to be an absolute powerhouse, but she's actually not that overpowered at all. She's pretty decently balanced. Now, she is a really strong cruiser in the right hands, but the airstrikes are not actually as potent as I thought they would be. So, yeah, we'll get into the numbers a little bit here in a second. But, like I said at the beginning of the video, this is the second Dutch ship. I literally was making a joke how this is another ship from Wargaming for the Dutch that isn't the Friesland. And, yeah, the Friesland, another great Tier 7 ship, a destroyer, which has great anti-aircraft armament. So does the D7 Provincien. The D7 Provincien has absolutely phenomenal anti-aircraft. Actually, it is probably one of the best AA ships at the tier, and I have built it for such. I've also built into the concealment a bit and stuff like that. And so far, with all the carriers running around because of the new update, man, the D7 Provincien is just so much fun right now. It is a blast. Literally, figuratively, and all of the above. It's great. It's a great experience. And I have to thank one of my subscribers, because the other day when we were doing our update stream, he decided to send some money my way so I could actually get this ship early and cover it as early as I can. Now, I've been a bit busy the past few days, so that's why there hasn't been an upload right away with this ship. Also, it's not like I haven't been able to get good games in this ship. I've actually had quite a few fantastic games in the D7 Provincien so far, but unfortunately, they just I could not record them. Or one of them was recorded, but the file was corrupted, and it was at like 2 in the morning, and I was gonna do a video that night, but well, the file was corrupted, so I had to go to sleep, wake up, and try to get another game. And luckily, I got this one recorded for you all. So, let's talk about the specs a little bit with the D7 Provincien. We're actually going to head on over to the port and show you guys what the Provincien is all about in terms of specs and the commander build and all of that stuff. Okay, so here we are at port. Here's the upgrades and loadout. Here's my build. I am running AA Guns Mod 2. I'm running Propulsion Mod. I'm running Concealment. And I am running AA Guns Mod 3. The guns on the Provincien are fine enough. They are 152mm guns in a 4x2 configuration. So that means this ship has a grand total of 8 152mm 6-inch guns. These are the same exact size guns that are found on the Cleveland and most of the American light cruisers, the 152s. Now, on my build currently, I have a 15.6 kilometer firing range with a 6.5 second reload and a 22.5 second 180 degree turn time on those turrets. Again, nothing special there with the turrets. They do rotate pretty averagely, and the damage on these turrets that the shells actually put out pretty, you know, underwhelming, but I do have a pretty good fire chance. 13%, 2150 maximum HE shell damage with a 3000 AP shell maximum damage. The guns aren't anything spectacular, but they can get the job done. Now the survivability, the hit points, 33,800 hit points and 19% torpedo damage reduction, which is a little high for a light cruiser, all things considering. The HP on the Provincien is pretty decent. I mean, it's pretty average, honestly, for a Tier 7 light cruiser. The AA defense. Now here is where things start getting really, really spicy. The AA is absolutely phenomenal. This thing is absolutely caked in a bunch of 40mm Bofors, 273 average damage per second with a 4.5 kilometer firing range. This thing also does have a bunch of 57mm that shoot out to 5.1 kilometers with a 251 average damage per second. And that's right, your guns, your main guns, also count as AA guns as well with an 83 average damage per second with a 7.7 kilometer firing range. For the maneuverability, 32 knots, pretty low for a light cruiser, all things considering, but it's okay. I mean, if you're a good player and you know how to position, the speed and stuff won't really matter too much. The turning circle radius is 730 meters, and the rudder is 9.1. So this basically has like heavy cruiser maneuverability. So the concealment, 8.8 on my build, which is absolutely and utterly phenomenal. I mean, that is something. 8.8 kilometer concealment on a cruiser at tier 7, that's the best in the game right there. That is unbelievable. 5.9 kilometer detectability range by air, 2 guaranteed with a 5.4 while firing in smoke. And finally, the aircraft. This ship does come with a bunch of Fokker TVs. I'm not even joking. That's literally what they're called. Fucking TVs. I love that. 2,000 hit points on each one of the planes. You got 6 of them. Attack unit size 6. They go 200 knots. The detectability range for those aircraft is 9 kilometers. It's funny that the aircraft gets spotted before my ship does. Like, is that not weird? Like, my ship has better concealment than my planes. That is ridiculous. Squadron restoration time, 65 seconds. Maximum bomb damage, 5,800 with a 35% fire chance. So overall, the aircraft are fine. You have some bombs. It's fun. It adds a bit more spice to things. So now for the loadout, high explosive, armor piercing, and of course our aerial HE dive bombs or bombs. We have some damage controls. We've got 3 engine boosts, 3 defensive AAs, and 4 repair parties. We got the Day 7 Provincien flag, along with the Type 9 camouflage that the ship comes with, and it looks like a very good-looking ship. I really like the look of this ship. It kind of looks like a Colbert, but better looking. It just looks really good. I like it. Really solid-looking ship overall. Now, for the armor. The armor is not very good. It's actually pretty good, though, not gonna lie, for a light cruiser, but it's interesting. Like, I never get Citadel'd very often in the Day 7 Provincien. And the reason being is because the Citadel is basically waterline, and for some reason, I get overpenned a majority of the time. Now, you still can and will get Citadel'd if you're not, like, careful and you're being completely oblivious and you're just sailing broadside to everything and everybody. You're eventually going to get punished, but overall, like, I tend to get overpenned a lot. People land high with their shells, and their shells just go through one end of my ship and out the other. It's pretty funny. It has a 25mm bow, so you're going to be able to ricochet shells up to 14 inches, and below that, anything with 15-inch guns or higher, so Queen Elizabeth, all the way from Bismarck, Queen Elizabeth's, you're not going to ever see a Queen Elizabeth, but, you know, anything with 15-inch guns, you guys get it. You will get overmatched. You got to be careful there. But again, as you guys can see, the Citadel is pretty damn low in the water, so it's hard to Citadel this ship. You can do it, but it's just harder to do, okay? The overview here, the Day 7 Provincien did actually exist. She was a real ship. There was 2 of them, and she entered service in 1953. Wargaming says that she is a Pyromania. She can have a full circle. Her main batteries can rotate 360 degrees, and airstrike. Yeah, all of those are pretty true. Now, for the commander build, I'm running Carl Dorman. We've got Ernest King and Gunichi Mikawa as inspirations. I run Ernst King for the extra AA firing range, and I run Gunichi Mikawa for the cruiser detectability. I run Stop at Any Cost. I run Burn It Down XXL. Look at Me Now. Sponge. And this guy's unique ability, I'm going to probably butcher this pronunciation. Honestly, I'm probably going to butcher most of the pronunciations in this video, but the Ik Val an Volgemij. Fuck me if I pronounce that wrong, I guess, but I tried my best. This guy here with this skill, unique skill, each main battery shell, torpedo, or bomb hit by your cruiser, resulting in damage, increases subsequent damage to the same ship up to 50%. So from what that's sounding like to me is if you continuously hit somebody, you're going to keep doing more damage, I guess. So I don't know. Fully packed, that's what I'm running. You can also run air support, but I prefer fully packed to get an extra heal. and all the other things. It's really helpful. You need more consumable, you need more consumables, basically. If you don't, you're going to have a lot of problems. The more heals, the better, right? The more anti-aircraft, the more engine boosts, the better. So it just increases your overall survivability and everything, so you stay alive longer and you stay in the fight longer and you have more consumables. It's very, very helpful. But anyways, I'm going to bring you guys back over to the gameplay. That's the Day 7 Provincien in the review portion. Looks pretty good, man. Pretty good specs, great concealment, okay maneuverability, not the greatest, fantastic AA, great overall firepower. I like it, it's fun, and yeah, anyway, bring you back over to the gameplay now. So, here we are, back in the game. So, yeah, we're on a hotspot, it's a domination mode, and we're in the Provincien, as you guys know. There's a Eastern Dragon coming around. I decided to push into the cap here because their battleship, the Constellation, is over around the island, so I have a perfect opportunity to do this. I have armor piercing loaded, and I'm gonna have no problem citadeling this Japanese heavy cruiser. So yeah, as you guys can see, there's 3 citadels, and there is 5 citadels. Down he goes, and actually the kill gets yoinked by the Atlantico, and that's not going to be the first time a kill gets yoinked by that Atlantico. Funny enough, I don't think, but yeah, anyway. Benson is also spotted. I swap over to the high explosive, and I have no problems ripping him apart with the high explosive shells, as you guys can see here. Now, in this kind of situation, it would be nice to have sonar, because we know that this Benson is trying to torpedo us, but we weren't born yesterday, so we're going to have no problem dodging all of those torpedoes with or without sonar. So there you guys go. And the Benson has finally met his maker. Down he goes. And that is the first kill of the game. It should have been our second kill of the game, but as you guys remember, hopefully, if you remember, that cruiser that also got sunk got yoinked by that Atlantico. So again, we would be at 2 kills. But okay, whatever. 32,000 damage, so far so good, and we haven't even hit any bombs. Like, we've hit no bombs, and we've done 32k. So yeah, we really haven't been able to showcase the airstrikes, but I can assure you the airstrikes aren't that great. Like, the most you will ever get on somebody is like 10,000, maybe, if you're lucky. The main thing that you want with the airstrikes is fires and stuff like that. When someone uses a DC or something, then you can use your airstrikes to hopefully get some fires and stuff. So Constellation out here, I'm out spotting him. I'm also shooting down a bunch of planes, as you guys can see. I've got my DFAA running, and well, the planes go bye-bye. And well, we're actually going to hit our first few, you know, bombs with the airstrikes. And as you guys can see, that's like best case scenario, double fire, quite a few bomb hits. Not bad at all. Not bad whatsoever. And we're up to 40,000 damage. We're still ticking up the damage. We've got a triple fire on that guy now. And unfortunately for him, he's not running fire with fire. Again, I don't run fire with fire either a lot, because I usually never get triple fired. So I usually never have to have it. But this guy right now doesn't have it running, and he's probably hating himself right now. I mean, I understand, dude. I've been there, done that. It's all part of the fucking process of RNG fucking you in your pie hole. So nothing you can do, man. You just gotta sit, bend over, take it, right? That's basically it. RNG giveth, RNG taketh, blah, 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 so on, so forth. Get called, skill issue, blah, 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 right? Anyway, we're almost up to 70,000 damage. We're at 69 giggity thousand. Now we're up to 71, 72. We're still ticking up the damage. We have no problem burning this Constellation down. Constellation actually hits us pretty hard there for about half health, as you guys can see. He gets no citadels, but he gets raw penetrations, and that really hurts. But luckily, down he goes, and we have our heals. Remember, we've got fully packed, so we got all the heals in the world to heal back some of that health and get back up to something, you know, more desirable, right? So, just like that, we're almost at 80,000 damage in just 1 or 2 engagements. Actually, 3 engagements. And that kill, by the way, got yoinked by the Atlantico, I believe. So, yeah, again, I told you, this Atlantico is going to be pretty trigger happy. He's going to see a target. He doesn't care what health they're at. He's going to shoot and kill them every time. So, yeah, Atlantico doing Atlantico things, I guess, right? And now there is an interesting predicament here happening on the map. We have 2 caps. The enemy has 2 caps. And the enemy actually is currently in the lead. They are winning this game on points right now. They have a ship's lead, I think, as well. Actually, no, they don't have a ship's lead. They just, you know, They have, we've lost 2 battleships, they've only lost 1, so that's why they are technically ahead on points. So, we have to do something here. Luckily, RDD is doing that something. He's getting into the capture zone at Delta, and he is getting attacked by the enemy carrier planes, and, well, he should be okay, hopefully. I don't know what destroyer he's in. If he's in, like, a Friesland or something, he's going to have no problems whatsoever taking out all of those aircraft that carrier sends. But, again, I don't know what the destroyer is. I wasn't paying attention. But, anyway, out here there's a Nelson spotted at 15 kilometers. I'm going to start taking some pop shots at him, maybe get some fires. I don't know. You never know. That's basically what the Provincien does. It's a support cruiser. It has no sonar, no radars. It's not really meant to be pushing in. It's meant to kind of be farther back, behind islands, stuff like that. You know, using the HE and using the HE bombs as well. Utilizing that stuff. It's not really meant to be pushing in like I've been doing in this game. It really never usually works out. I mean, as you guys saw, just from one salvo from that Constellation, I lost almost half of my health. Like, you do have to be careful in this cruiser, but if you can actually be a bit patient and utilize concealment, utilize island cover, dodge, all that kind of stuff, you will have a great time in the Provincien. It's a great time. I really do quite enjoy it. And as you guys can see, I just got overpenned, I think, twice there. I mean, I'm really not getting citadel at all. I'm having no problems, you know, sailing around, setting fires, doing what cruisers do best, and that is being annoying and causing nothing but pain and suffering for the Reds, right? That's what cruisers do best, and I absolutely love it. It's a fantastic time, and yeah, I do recommend getting it. If you guys do want a campaign ship, I wouldn't recommend buying it outright. I usually never recommend that, but since I really wanted to get my hands on this early and cover it for you guys early, again, thanks to a subscriber, Carl, if you're watching this, thank you very much, dude. Still really appreciate that. It's very kind of you. It saved me a bit of money. And it does help out. So, yeah, shout out to Carl. But anyways, yeah, like I said, I just want to get my hands on it and show it off for you guys. I do quite enjoy it. So, I recommend everybody spend the $10, get the Admiralty backing, log in every week, you know, do what you got to do to get this ship. Don't go out of your way and spend 120-something bucks or whatever. You don't need to do that. You can just spend the $10, get the Admiralty backing, and you know, spend a few minutes of your time every day, do some weekly havocs, crack them out, and you will have the Provincien no problem in a few weeks. It's not that hard to do. The weekly havocs are pretty easy, and again, you'll probably just get it by playing passively. Really, it's like it's not that hard to do the challenges for the campaigns at all. So always do the Always do the missions regularly. Unless you just want steel and you want to go absolutely crazy on the game, I guess there's that. Or you're a content creator like myself that is not a community contributor for the game. That's right, I'm not a community contributor, so I don't get these ships for free. Everything I have to pay for out of pocket. Everything. Everything I have to do when it comes to getting ships in this game, it all comes from me. And money from YouTube, money from people, money from my job, all that. Because again, Wargaming seems to have it out for me, so I cannot become a community contributor for their game, despite me putting up the numbers and everything to be a community contributor for their game. So it is what it is. But again, I'm showing this thing off. I do like it. It's fun. So as you guys can see, a bit of the AP here on a battleship. It did pretty decent there. A few penetrations. Now we're swapping back over to the high explosive, and again, we have no problems. I mean, doing lots of damage here with these guns. On paper, on the specs tab, the damage and stuff doesn't look that good, but in reality, it actually is pretty good. The DPM's okay. It really feels good. The guns hit nicely. I'm averaging a couple thousand damage per salvo, something like that. You know, it's not bad at all. Now we're getting focused right now by the whole entire enemy team, but notice that we are actually we went from being at a loss here to actually leading on points. We're actually leading right now, and I'm having my last stand here because I don't think I'm going to survive. I have pushed a bit too far in, and yeah, I think I'm about to die, unfortunately. So we're up to 120,000 damage. We're just trying to do as much stuff before we go down as possible. Trying to get some fires here on the Iowa and all that stuff. There's our high caliber metal, and again, we're just losing so much health. And man, it would be really nice to have a smoke screen or something right about now, but unfortunately for me, yeah, I'm not going to make it here. I'm on fire. And, I mean, actually, I would have made it if that Iowa would not have hit me with that one stray high explosive shell. Yeah, the Iowa spamming high explosive, one shell hits me. I love it. And anyway, we get another kill there. That's right, we got our second kill after death. We got a flesh wound on that Gneisenau off the right side over by Bravo there. So you gotta love that. I mean, that's another kill there in our name with the fire we set on him earlier. But I mean, yeah, I mean, again, like, I like this ship. It's fun. I really do enjoy it. What I don't enjoy is the price I had to pay to get it early. $100-something. It was not fun. Again, though, thanks to one of my lovely subscribers, you know, again, we didn't have to spend a whole lot of money to get it. But yeah, so far I recommend it. It's a good ship. I like it. It's fun. If you like cruisers, you will like this. If you like something gimmicky, you will like this. Now look at our flag, by the way. Look at the flag glitching out. Wargaming, hello, fix your shit, please. But no, they're too busy banning me from their servers and stuff, so that's just not going to happen. Yeah, that's right. They banned me from their Discord for something very petty. Gotta love that. So, yeah, that's why Dr. Ghost Games cannot become a community contributor, so I have to keep buying this stuff. But, you know, that's just me whining. It's whatever. But, hey, not a bad game, though, in the Provincien. 127,000 damage, top of the leaderboard with 3k base XP. I like it, man. It's a fun ship. I really enjoy it. It's great. Great time in the Provincien. So, anyways, hope you all did enjoy today's video. If you guys did, be sure to go down there, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Thank you guys so much for watching. And anyways, I will catch you all on the next one. That's the Tier 7 Premium Dutch Cruiser, the Day 7 Provincien. And anyways, bye-bye.